Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
Haiti is in agony.
And swarming with journalists. Next on Global Pulse. A comparison of how media worldwide are covering the Haitian earthquake.
The 7.0 earthquake that devastated Haiti, killing over 100,000 and leaving an enormous humanitarian crisis in its wake, received sustained media coverage from around the world.
Now to the Haitian capital, Port-au-Prince. George.
Good afternoon from Port-au-Prince.
Reporters came from everywhere and descended on Haiti. First, coverage of Haitian suffering was interspersed with accolades to the rescue teams dispatched by the reporters' home nations. South Korea's KBS commended Korean rescuers, but added a candid assessment of competition among national rescue teams.
After Korean rescue teams got the message that 12 people were alive under collapsed college buildings, they immediately ran to the site. Meanwhile, international rescue teams have begun an unspoken competition among themselves for national pride. As soon as the South Korean teams started the rescue operation, American rescue teams suddenly appeared and boasted they would take over.
Korean grumbling about American pushiness was part of another trend, color commentary on the U.S. rescue effort. Broadcasters who often criticize the U.S., including Russia Today and Al Jazeera English, found time to get in typical digs at the superpower.
Here, the United States has taken control. It looks more like the green zone in Baghdad than a center for aid distribution. Meanwhile, aid flights from other nations are being turned back. We're told they couldn't land on Saturday.
Venezuelan leader Hugo Chavez has once again accused the United States of playing God. Spanish newspaper ABC quotes Chavez as saying that the U.S. Navy launched a weapon capable of inducing a powerful earthquake off the shore of Haiti.
France's TV5 took a more nuanced stance. At first, glorifying the Americans as if it were World War II again and the Allies had come to free the Haitians.
It is here on the presidential palace lawn that the soldiers of the 82nd Airborne Division have chosen to land in Haiti. They are members of this historic division of the American Army, which was active in Normandy and Vietnam. The arrival of U.S. troops is welcomed by the Haitians, who have come to watch.
There is no problem because they come to help and bring hope to some people.
But the French, noting that the U.S. sent 10,000 troops to Haiti as well as relief teams, added this more cynical note.
An important implication of the U.S. presence in Haiti is probably linked to defending U.S. interests. Among other things, controlling the flow of immigrants. The faster the situation in Haiti recovers, the less potential Haitian immigrants will be bound for the U.S.
And then there was the sheer amount of coverage and the effects of so many reporters rushing to Haiti. All this media coverage is a valuable force to bring awareness, but there's a fine line between good reporting and ratings-grabbing showmanship.
Come here.
Some hackles were raised due to famous anchors jumping into action, like this clip of CNN's Anderson Cooper carrying a wounded boy to safety.
You ask him where his family is?
And this one of CBS's Katie Couric playing nurse's helper.
For the first time in Port-au-Prince, we are seeing looting. If you take a look behind me, you can see those people. They are not looking for loved ones. They're looking for items.
And sometimes reporters' lack of sensitivity was just plain embarrassing, like this clip from Fox News.
Obviously someone upset about what I'm saying.
I don't want this to get infected to the point that it gets worse.
And then there were the doctor reporters. They valiantly pitched in, but somehow managed to do so with the cameras rolling.
I am a doctor. When is your baby due?
The ABC News medical unit worked the phones. And before long, Soraya had an operating room waiting for her.
15-day-old baby. Some sort of head injury. They're begging for a doctor.
Garnering blame from a number of ethicists at the University of Minnesota on the blog healthnewsreview.org. One called it drive-by medical care and an appalling abuse of medical and journalistic ethics.
This is what's happening out here in the streets of Port-au-Prince.
The New Republic found that each network sent scores of personnel to Haiti. Senior editor Noam Scheiber observed, "Given the sheer number of reporters descending on the country, it's hard to believe the reporters aren't at least delaying the arrival of relief workers and supplies."
I think that we've gotten to the point where one good, information, is trumping another good, relief workers, and to the detriment of the people who we're all trying to help. We use a pool system for coverage of the president. I mean, I think there should be a pool with a kind of baseline or a core number of reporters getting the word out from Haiti. I think we journalists should be able to come to some understanding that people's lives are probably more important than us getting to Haiti first.
But for organizations that provide emergency relief, there's no such thing as too much press. All the attention probably helped raise $470 million for Haiti and counting, just from U.S. charities alone. So, do you think the media's role in the crisis has aided or hindered relief efforts? Tell us what you think. Go to our website at linktv.org/globalpulse and leave us a comment. For Global Pulse, I'm Erin Coker.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.